Welcome back, everyone. So we just finished another fantastic weekend at our tiny house, and the only time this kitchen looks immaculate is when we packed up and the kids are gone. So I want to walk you through our design concept, what I liked about it, what I don't like about it, what I do differently, things to consider if you're not doing this part-time like we are and you want to do full-time. So I'm going to start from the front of the kitchen, going all the way back of how our design the things we thought about for design. So as you can see, we have open shelf. I love this open shelf concept. We did a little other things to reinforce it, but I mean, I absolutely love it. We see what we want. I think it also adds a openness for the tiny house because it's such a small space. So I wouldn't change anything, but if you are going to go with open shelves, be aware that it gets dusty. So make sure you have, all the cleaning supplies ready for it to dust. All right. But other than that, just, that maintenance, I would do this all over again. The next thing that you may see about our countertop is that it looks like it's marble, right? It's absolutely fantastic. We love it. Guess what? It's not marble because marble is too heavy and it's very costly. So this is actually epoxy that you can do all different types of cool designs. So I love the look of it. But if I had to do this all over again, would I go epoxy? And the answer is heck no. And the reason why is that epoxy, as gorgeous as it is very susceptible to getting stained. If you pour coffee and spill coffee on the countertop, and you got like maybe 3 seconds to clean it up, and even then it will seep in. So we've only had our house, we come in here only a few weekends a month, 1 or 2 weekends a month. We've had it for a year, and there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a big stain over here. And I've tried baking soda. I've tried everything. It will not come out. So if you want to do epoxy, just be mindful that if you have children or partners or even yourself that are susceptible of, dropping stuff and staining stuff, that you might want to consider a different alternative. But besides that, it looks good. I'm almost certain that in a couple years, we're going to have to swap this out for something a little bit more durable. The next thing that we have, which I absolutely love, as you can see, we have all this counter space, which is amazing. I have all our appliances. We packed some stuff out. We have some great storage. But if we wanted to have more counter space, we can do it. In fact, we can also have a nice, comfortable dinner, a family of 4 here in this tiny house. Can you see how we're able to do it? And it's not the flip-up table. You can't see our dining room table? Okay, give me a second. This is our dining room table. We have our stools for our flip-up table and some other 2 bar stools, and we use this all the time as our family dining room table. We also use it as a game table. We also can have this additional prep space. We've done arts and crafts with the kids. This is by far my favorite thing about the entire tiny house, especially the kitchen. I can't say that I can take full credit, but if you're designing your tiny house, you're probably being obsessive compulsive like I was and looking up everything. And one trick is don't look for other people's ideas. Just Google what type of functionality you want it. And so one night I was Googling, what if I had a table that was like part of the countertop and it can come out. And so, because I looked at the drop tables and it just seemed not what I wanted to go for. And when I just Googled what I wanted, I was able to find something that worked. And so I sent to my builder and saw if this was possible. He was like, this is absolutely possible. And I love it. So as you can see, it's on wheels. It's a pretty simple build. So whether you're a DIYer or you're getting someone to do this custom for you, it is very simple. It's just a matter of math and measurements. And so when we're not using this, and it's not heavy at all. It blends in with the rest of the kitchen area. So it's hidden. It's gorgeous when it's hidden. And then when you pull it out, it's even still gorgeous and functional. Next up is a dishwasher. So we are not hooked up to utilities right now. We're completely off grid because we still have to do utilities. But when we do, there are some creature comforts that I want. One of which will be a dishwasher. And so we were able to squeeze underneath that table a pretty decent sized dishwasher. We've been using it as a drying rack, so it's an overpriced drying rack. But when we're finally hooked up to our well and our power with the grid, this is going to be like so great for us. But right now, my husband Chris is the dishwasher. But as you can see, it's pretty deep, especially if you're doing a weekend home. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I press buttons. It does work. I just can't use it because we're not hooked up. Next up for kitchen or any type of tiny house would be storage. And we have a ton of storage in this tiny house. I'm super excited. So we have storage here. It's like a pretty deep pantry. And all of our stuff, oh my gosh. I didn't even know I had, I love this for my chips. I keep having my husband go out and buy this when we're here so I can have my chips because it's in the storage thing. And I didn't realize it's there. So neat things to think about next time. So we have storage here. We have this awesome storage with, once again, pretty deep of like sort of like our utility cabinet. Everything's soft closed. Underneath here, more storage, pretty deep. We actually deep enough that we have the trash can that we use. So we have our trash can that's here. We got it at home. It's it's a step stool, so we don't have to bend in when we're trying to throw out our trash. And when it fills up, we just take it to our big trash can that's outside our tiny house. And when that fills up, then we drop it off at a nearby trash dump site in the area. So storage here, more storage, more storage, more storage, more storage. I'm not finished yet. Storage up here. Gotta be tall to get to it or use a stool, but it's a deep storage. Then you got storage here, storage here, storage here. And then there's a bunch of storage underneath our steps. So we
put our baking, since I do the cooking.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the baking stuff is under here. And then the pots and pans are actually here. Look how wide that thing is. So you do not, even though you're going tiny, you do not have to lose out on storage. The next thing that I love is this deep, gorgeous farmhouse sink. It is amazing. It looks beautiful. Once we're hooked up to the grid, I can't wait for water to come out of here. But because it's tiny, we could splurge on certain appliances. There are certain appliances in this tiny house that are nicer than my full-time house because we were able to afford it because it was a tiny house. Beautiful light pendant. Next, we move over to not only a 1, 2, 3, 4 burner gas stove. So we cook here, bake cookies. I've already showed you the oven. The oven's a little tiny, but it gets the job done with the things you're trying to bake. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. We also have a microwave. And I gotta be honest with you, it's not a mini RV microwave. We have a full-size microwave, which I'm very happy with. And the boys appreciate it because they like to have their popcorn and other things to heat up. So finally, it is not a full-size fridge. It is an apartment-size fridge. But personally, if you've ever lived in an apartment, you can definitely make this work. So I personally believe we have decent amount of freezer space and a pretty decent amount of space for your fresh fruits and fresh vegetables and all the other stuff that you have. This fridge is packed up. We have been in our tiny house for a week, and it gives us what we want. If we were full-time living, I still think it would work. You just have to be more deliberate about your process, but it can totally work. So guys, I hope this idea or what we went through with our kitchen, our tiny house kitchen, it inspires you, helps you if something you were thinking about. And I'm like, you might want to consider that. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you do want to see more videos like this in our process and what we're doing with our tiny house, our family RV adventure, and the 4.5 acres that are a mountain view, please like, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell. So when we get new videos, you're the first to hear and first to see. So thanks, and I'm just going to enjoy my tiny house kitchen. See you later.